Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fraser Field. We're back after a great opening ceremony where scholarships and people were inducted into the Agganis Hall of Fame, and my boss and my very good friend, Phil Terranzoni, was inducted, given the David Widener Award. He's now in the Agganis Hall of Fame. Well-deserved. He's one of the best guys in the world, and I couldn't have a better person to work for or with than Phil Terranzoni. He was the reason I stayed. When I moved over from Warner Cable, I was only going to stay for a very short time till they got things going in the schools. But being associated with Phil and getting to know him, I just stayed on, and we've been together for many, many years. Neither one of us want to count the number of years we've been together. This is the first event of the week. This is the 22nd Agganis All-Star Softball Game. The North is the home team. The South team, coached by Erica Richard of Link Classical. The North is Megan Sudak of Beverly. And it's a very good one. Tiana Dow from Peabody on the mound for the North. So we're just about set to go. This game used to be played at the Little League field when Little League, Eastland Little League was still down behind left field at Manning Bowl. And since they've moved up to the big diamond, playing on the baseball diamond. Anastasia Bessler from Mystic Valley will be the hitter. I think Erica Rich is going to bat them in numerical order, I hope. In first strike. Dow has led Peabody to the tournament the last few years. She's moving on. She's going to go to Emmanuel. She's a very good pitcher. She pitched originally in Lynn and then moved over to Peabody. Hit foul right to the North dugout. Bessler is from Mystic Valley. She's going to the University of Maine. Missing wide for a ball. Up and away for a ball. So she's ahead. Now the count goes full, 3-2. And she loses her. So Bessler draws a walk. Sydney Cresta, another very good player from Swampscott. She's going to Deerfield Academy. A name that people will know in Swampscott. High and away for a ball. I'm assuming that Dow has played some softball during the summer, maybe AAU or some traveling team. It's been a while since the season has ended. In for a strike. They get the bunt down. Out at first base, but hustling Bessler goes all the way to third. They got Cresta by a step. Nice play by the catcher. Rosigno from Peabody. So it's a Peabody battery. Hit foul out of play down that grassy knoll. This is Maddie Dana, who had a very good day yesterday, rooting her father on to a state championship. Her father was the coach of St. Mary's. She's had a very good career at Classical. She started as a catcher. They moved her to third, and they moved her back to catching. She's going to Bridgewater. In for a strike. South trying to get on the board first. And they're going to, as the ball goes to the backstop with the wild pitch. So Bessler manufactures a run. She draws a walk, goes to third on a sacrifice, scores on a wild pitch. Hit to second base. Two away. Gillette Guanci from Wakefield off to Lafayette. This is the cream of the crop softball from around the area. Different leagues, and now all these different leagues who were bitter enemies for 4 years now get to play with each other and find out, you know what, we made some pretty good friends. There's some good people that we played against. A lot of friendships have been made playing in these games. Some of these kids will play in more than one. Hit foul. Wide for a ball. So they got the run without a base hit. Down and in for a ball. Another walk. Megan McHale, Lent Classical, going to Assumption College. Another one who had a very good year, led Classical. They won a game in the tournament. They lost a very tough game, their last game in the tournament. In for a strike. Margaret's a very good outfielder. Hit towards the north dugout. High for a ball. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Strike 3 called. Catcher looking, so the walk hurt. As Bessler drew the walk, went around, hustled all the way around to third on the sacrifice by Cresta, and then scored on the wild pitch. And before the South throws a pitch, they got a 1-0 lead. Charlotte Plakins of Marblehead on her way to Bentley will be on the mound. Blake is a Marblehead throwing a Dana of Classical behind the plate. We mentioned the cream of the crop. Well, KPN League, Northeastern Conference League, Middlesex League, Catholic Central League.
First baseman from Everett. Mystic Vale is actually an Everett girl. First baseman out there now. Yeah, she's from Everett. Okay? Thanks, Al.
Sammy Cook from Hamilton Wenham. She's going to Roger Williams. Hit the shot. There's Becca Walker. You've seen her quite a bit on TV 15. I call her the human vacuum cleaner. Class was going to miss her. 2 is the pitcher, Tiana Dow from Peabody. We told you she's going to Emmanuel. Low for a ball. Up and in for a ball. Way up, 3-0. And that's ball 4. So the South got a base runner with a walk. They came around to score. Emma DePietro of Amesbury also going to Emmanuel. That one, that's a pass ball. That went right off the catcher's glove. So Dow is in scoring position with 1 out, looking to tie it up. Bunts it foul. DePietro from Amesbury, her head coach, was a former player of mine many moons ago, Jackie Waters. Jackie's husband was a teammate of mine, so they're wrapped up in the Amesbury program now. Bunt, foul again. Everybody's scurrying over to get that foul ball. High for a ball. Nobody bothered to go get that foul ball. Hit in the air to center field. McHale makes the play. The runner doesn't go. Two away for Brianna Malillo from Masconomet, going to the University of Tampa. She's going to make a little bit of a trip to get there. Started to pull the trigger and held up, but was high and away. High again, 2-0. Missing for ball 3. 4 pitches. Palillo draws a walk. Second walk. Both pitchers have walked 2. Catherine Noftal from Ipswich going to Bentley. Popped up, that's going to make it up in the seats. Down and in, the runners go. So that takes off a force at any base. Woods runners at second and third. They were off and running with the pitch. They got a great pitch to run on. Popped up, short right field. They get 2 walks, don't hurt. The North is down. We played an inning here at Frazier Field in this 22nd annual Agganis softball game. 1-0 the South. We'll start the second inning. Olivia McManus of Revere on her way to Wentworth. We may see her on the mound before this one is over. She'll start the second inning. Against Tiana Dow, still on the mound. Her second inning of work. On the corner for a strike. Hit foul on top of the South dugout. Down and away for a ball. Down and in for a ball. In for strike 3. She took it on the inside corner. First strikeout for Dow. Kayla Morrow, finishing up a great career at Classical. She was also a hockey player playing for the Winthrop team, because Lynn doesn't have. It used to be the English Bulldog girls hockey team. Winthrop took it over. Tapped in the left field for a base hit. First hit of the game goes to Lynn Classical's Kayla Morrow. She's on her way to Regis. Dorothy Jean Monafo from Saugus going to UMass Amherst. Everybody should be really proud of all these kids with the colleges they're going to. A lot of them will be helped out by the Agganis Foundation, who has given out very close to 1,000 scholarships. They've gone over the $2 million mark. Starting way back in 1956. The foundation has been absolutely magnificent. Chopped out in front of the plate, they're going to have to hurry. Nice play by the catcher. Another nice play by Russick Knoll. That's her second nice play. Catcher from Peabody. Mercedes Pelletier from Marblehead off to Fisher College. You can read that sign up on the scoreboard out in right center field, Fisher College. They used to play their softball games down at Breed. I think they've moved now. Tries to bunt. The pitch was way inside. She fouls it down the first baseline. The baseball team still plays here. They contribute mightily to this place. And my understanding is they've raised enough money with Rich Avery, the director, and starting during the off-season, they're going to put turf in the outfield here. Hit foul up in the seats and back onto the field. So there'll be turf in the infield, turf in the outfield. Thanks to Fisher and Richie Avery. Just missed outside. And again, deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in inning number 2. Hit foul. Bouncing, nice stop again. Rosignol. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hit in the air. Long run. It's going to drop for a base hit. She's got a double and an RBI. So they scored in the first, they score in the second. Bella Perotti of Winthrop going to Salem State. Talking about making friends, she's going to Salem State. Becca Walker from Classical, the shortstop in this game, also going to Salem State. And a couple of others, Colette Skinner and Jillian Stone. So these kids will get to know each other now, and they get to know each other a lot more at Salem State. Hit off the screen. Way wide for a ball. So Pelletier from Marblehead gets that big double, knocks in a run, gets the first RBI. Swing and a miss. So she starts with a strikeout, ends with a strikeout, but in between, a hit. It wasn't a sacrifice, but it worked the same as it moved Morrill over to second base, and she scored on the double by Pelletier of Marblehead. And the South has jumped out to a 2-0 lead. And Plakins will start her second inning of work. We mentioned Erica Richard, the coach. What a great job she's done with Lynn Classical. Taking them to the tournament just about, I think, every year she's been there. She was a very good player at St. Mary's.
Nice to see you, sir. Hope you had a nice Father's Day.
Julia Pittman of Beverly, off to the University of Maine. will lead off the second inning. Hit foul off to the right side, down that grassy knoll behind first base. Try to take something off. It's that high. It stayed high. That one's down and in for a ball. In for a strike. Hit in the right center field for a base hit. First hit for the North. Janelle Richard from Peabody, off to the University of Mass Amherst. That's going to make it up in the seats. Up and away for a ball. Up and away again. Throw down to first. Hit in the center field for a base hit. Back-to-back hits. Corey Rizzo from Methuen, going to Western New England University. Off the catcher's glove, the pass ball is going to move the runners up. So second and third now. The tying runs in scoring position with nobody out. In for a strike. That's ball four. So the bases are loaded with nobody out for the catcher. Christina Rosignol from Peabody, who's off to Quinnipiac, which is where my granddaughter graduated a couple of years ago. Another pretty good athlete, Helen Ridley, graduated from Quinnipiac. She turned out pretty well. That one goes all the way to the backstop. That was a major league wild pitch. So it's 2-1 with second and third and nobody out. In for a strike. We mentioned it's the 22nd game. The North is looking for their 15th win. Taps it. They hold the runner. Nice job. So both teams have scored a run on a wild pitch. Rona Scott from Beverly. He's undecided where she's going to go. What a changeup. That just floated in and caught the inside corner. That almost looked like slow pitch softball. Hit to second base. Bobbled, and they throw it away. So they're going to score 2 on the play. And all of a sudden, it's 3-2. Annie Samasco from Newburyport going to Endicott College. Up and away for a ball. Down and away for a ball. In for a strike. Down and in for a ball. So it looked like the Celtics are going to get out of it with the ground ball to second base. But it was bobbled, and then when he tried to complete the play anyway, they threw it away and 2 runs scored. So instead of 2-1 and the South now batting, it's 3-2 the North with a runner at second and 2 outs. There's that off-speed pitch again. That's a nice pitch by Plackens. Jordan Sullivan from St. Mary's helped get her team all the way to the division final, losing a tough 8-inning game to Austin Prep. Foul.
The Sullivans are twin sisters, by the way. Yeah, from Revere. From Revere and St. Mary.
Popped up, that almost is coming into our lap, but it falls short up in the seats. On deck is Taylor Sullivan. 2 big parts of the puzzle for the St. Mary's softball team. Solid shot, foul. They matriculate at St. Mary's. From Revere, they're twins. As you would guess, they're both going to the University of Maine. They can't get rid of each other. That one rolled in. So North has got a couple of hits, but really hasn't figured in the scoring. Now it does. So extending the inning has caused the South some problems. It's now a 2-run cushion for the North. Taylor Sullivan will be the hitter. She had some mighty hits. She had a couple out at Breed that were moonshots. Down and away for a ball. High for a ball. Try to change up, threw it high. These are the only two seniors from St. Mary's. The Mary's got virtually everybody back. They've got their outstanding pitching staff back. And they're hesitant. It was a walk. Checking to make sure it was a walk. Two walks in the inning. Lauren Wilkinson from Bishop Fenwick going to Colby Sawyer. Swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2. So the inning is finally over. 2 strikeouts the inning for Plakins, but in between she walked a couple, gave up hits, and a big error in the inning cost the South dearly. They led 2-0 coming in. They now trail it 5-2 at the end of 2. Charlotte Plakins leads it off. Dow starts her 3rd inning of work. Missed the outside corner. Not by much. Hit foul, it's going to make it up in the sheets. Missing low for a ball. Evens the count at 2. Hit to second. They'll make the play there. 1 up, 1 down for the South in the 3rd. Colette Skinner from Melrose. We mentioned before she's going. I don't know who this is Charlotte Plakins, who gets a base hit. I don't know who that another 11 was. South had 2 number 11s. I don't know who the first number 11 was.
Plakins, maybe? I think that was Plakins.
Plakins got the base hit. There was number 11 hit before Plakins that's not on the roster. I have no idea who that was. Because I thought it was Plakins leading off number 11, but it was not. That's Plakins at first base with the base hit. In for a strike. This is Colette Skinner from Melrose, we mentioned, going to Salem State. Hit foul. Reaches for that to stay alive and fouls it back. Swing and a miss.
One, we have Plakins, and then I guess there was another number 11. Yeah, there was another number 11 before Plakins, and it wasn't Parati, it was 10.
Jillian Stone from Melrose, also going to Salem State. In for a strike.
And then, what was the other question? Well, it was 15 on the north, but crossed off the left. The new roster. Okay, Megan Wynn is not here. So is there another 15? Okay, all set. Thank you.
That one goes to the backstop.
That's weird. So Megan isn't here.
Yeah, Megan's
I
not
wonder who's 15th.
here. 15 for the blue.
Yeah, you see how it was Megan. She's crossed off the roster. It was a 16. There was a 15 on deck last inning. So that's weird. I don't want to.
Chase, that pitch was out of the strike zone. Couple of more strikeouts for Dow.
15 to the lead off.
She was on deck.
So we're through the top of the third, that 5-run inning.
There's a 15 leading off for the blue team ball. Who is it? Yeah, but he says there's a 15 leading off. Should not be a 15 leading off.
Olivia McManus of Revere will be on the mound.
Let's see who leads off. 16 must be. Okay. Who's 15 leading off? It's not the 15 yet. No, it's not.
There's been a couple of additional numbers. There's one, they never have a double number. They had a double number here. And we've got, they had Megan Wynn crossed off as not being here, but there's a number 15 hitting. So the only thing we can do is call it Megan Wynn from Newburyport, say she's going to Franklin Pierce.
I'd rather say nothing than say
So McManus from Revere, she's going to Wentworth. And that's ball 4. And number 16 is Nicole Modica. She's got traded from the south to the north because Swampscott is playing on the south, but they traded her over to balance the budget. She's going to Temple. Modica gets the bunt down, and they throw her out. So we go back to the start of the batting order. Sammy Cook from Hamilton Wenham going to Roger Williams. The kids are going to very good colleges. She grounded out short to first, her one trip. Base hit. And that's going to be an RBI. And bobbled. They throw her out at second base. So they had a run. It's now 6-2.
South of Stephanie Street in Winter.
Hit foul to the backstop. This is Tiana Dow. She walked, her first time.
London Street. Yes. Lake and Strand. Whoa.
Hit in the air to center field. Easy play for the center fielder. So they're out of the inning, but they get a big RBI hit from Sammy Cook. And the lead is now 6-2 North over the South at the end of 3. Becca Walker from Link Glasgow going to Salem State. They're getting a very good one. Boy, she played basketball at Glasgow, but she's an outstanding fielder, good hitter. She did it all for Glasgow this year. She was a big part of them winning. I think they got a piece of the Northeastern Conference Championship. Rona Scott is the new pitcher. You got a base hit.
Now batting number 16, Caitlin Watts.
Katie Watts from Swampscott going to Endicott. She's a very good player. She's also a shortstop. Did some pitching for them. Had some big hits for them. She hits it down that grassy knoll. Hit back to the mound. They get one, they don't get two. Anastasia Bessler from Mystic Valley, she got them off and running starting the game. She drew a walk, went to third in a sacrifice, hustled, and scored on a wild pitch to give South the lead early on. They led 2-0, but North has scored 6 in a row, or 6 unanswered. Rona Scott from Beverly is now on the mound. Behind the plate is Jordan Sullivan from St. Mary's. And she draws a walk.
Now batting number 2, Cindy Cresta.
Sydney Cresta from Swampscott. Sacrificed her one trip. Off the catcher, the wild pitch will move the runners up. Line right to the second baseman. Cresta hit it right on the nose and hit it right to the second baseman. So you'd rather be lucky than good most of the time. Maddie Dana from Lynn Classical bounced out second and first to one trip. High and away for a ball. Another line drive right to the second baseman. So the South hitting it to a little bit of bad luck that time. They get 2 on, but they're shut out. We're halfway through the ball game, and we remind you that should it be a tie, because we've had 2 of them, it ends. They don't go to extra innings. We mentioned almost 1,000 scholarships given out. It's a $4,000 scholarship. You get $1,000 a year for each of in a 4-year college. So you keep applying for the $1,000. You stay in school, you get $1,000 every year. And we've got some outstanding young men and women. The locals are David Barrios from Lynn Tech, Sophia DeFranzo from Lynn Classical, Andy Marr from Lynn Classical, Connor Mackey and Colleen Osbar from St. Mary's, Keith Ridley from Lynn Classical, Brady Ryan from St. Mary's, Matt Severance from Lynn English. It's the Agganis Foundation, but also Greg Agganis gives a scholarship, Edward Kale in memory of his father, James Baldini gives a couple. There's the Patrick McManus Scholarship. Yorkie Agganis gives 4 to Boston school kids. Alpha Omega Council Scholarship. And the President's Scholarship. So an awful lot of hardware being given out. Emma DePietro from Amesbury is the hitter. She flied out to center field in one trip. High for a ball. First strikeout for Olivia McManus. Hit to first base. Nice play there by Plakins. Long run, nice play. Great running catch out in left field. Hope she can turn around so we can get her number. because they change positions all the time. What a great running catch. It was a fair ball, too. And she was about to turn around so we could get her a number. And it was Sidney Cresta from Swampscott making that great play. First 1-2-3 inning. We finished 4 here at Frazier Field. 6-2. The North over the South. Juliet Guanchi from Wakefield will lead off against Rona Barrett, who will start her second inning of work. And I have to correct myself. I can't read my own scorebook. They got 4 runs in the second inning, so it's 5-2 in favor of the North. Hit to first base. Maggie McHale from Classical is the hitter. Slaps it to the left side, foul. She was called on strikes for 1 trip. Runs up, takes it outside for a ball. Hit foul behind home plate. Jordan Sullivan has to chase that all the way to the backstop. Not getting much help behind home plate. Waves at that pitch and he'll throw her out. Low for a ball to Olivia McManus from Revere. Down and in. Waves at that pitch, it was down and in. Way up and away. Up and away for ball 4. Kayla Morrow got a base hit and scored a run in the second inning. That made it 2-0. It's been downhill for the South since then, as the North had a big 4-run second inning. They could have got out of it, giving up only 1 run, but a big error in the inning, and then on top of the error, they picked the ball up and threw it away. That allowed 2 runs to score. And then Jordan Sullivan got a base hit to knock in the run. Low for a ball. Yeah, that's ball 4. Back-to-back walks after 2 quick outs. Dorothy Jean Manafo from Saugus. Tap one out in front of the plate and gets thrown out by the catcher, who at the time was Christina Rosignol.
Number 8, Dorothy Jean Manafo.
Off the catcher and off the umpire, and she felt that one. She's grimacing behind home plate. They got a piece of her hand or her arm. She's already got a brace of some time on that arm or the wrist. And they're coming out to check on her now. The umpire took that one to the trainer on the north bench, and they're going to come out and take a look at it. That hopped and got it right on the bad arm she already has. She's grimacing with that left arm as the trainer even tried to touch it. Red badge of courage for the plate umpire. She's staying in. Waves at that pitch down and away. One, two, the count. Two strikeouts the inning. In between, there were 2 walks and a wild pitch, but they can't get the runs home. So South has another opportunity, and they can't take advantage. We'll move into the bottom half of the 5th with the North holding a 5-2 edge over the South. Jillian Stone from Melrose will be the new pitcher. Four runs in the second inning. They got 2 base hits and a walk. Loaded the bases, a wild pitch brought in 1, and then the infield error. Brought in 2 more instead of ending the inning. So instead of being 2-1, it was 3-2, and then Jordan Sullivan got the big RBI hit in the inning to make it 4-2. And then Sammy Cook of Hamilton Wenham got the base hit in the 4th inning, or the 3rd inning, to make it 5-2. And that's where we are as we start the bottom of the 5th. Julia Pittman from Beverly is the hitter. Line shot, nice play by the first baseman. Looked like a base hit. First baseman took it away. Janelle Richard from Peabody. She got a base hit, started that 4-run uprising. She scored the first of 4.
To the north of 7, Janelle Richard.
Popped up. That's Becca Walker over there, I think. I thought it was Kayla Morrow.
840 Rizzo.
But I think Becca Walker moved over to play second base, and I think it's Watts playing shortstop. Had to fight the sun for that play. High for a ball. Corey Rizzo of Methuen also got a base hit, scored a run in that big 4-run inning. Hit foul off the catcher. And that's ball 4. Justina Rosignol of Peabody. Started as the catcher. She bounced to the pitcher her one trip. In for a strike.
That is number 9, Christina Rosenbaum.
So Peabody is graduating their battery, pitcher catcher. Two very good ones. Hit in a right center field for a base hit. So after 2 quick outs, a walk and a hit extend the inning. Rhoda Scott, it was her ground ball to second base that actually got the North their 4 runs.
Number 10, Rhoda Scott.
Her ground ball was misplayed and then thrown away. Extended the inning. It brought in 2 runs and allowed Jordan Sullivan to hit and get a base hit and knock in the 4th run. So 3 of the 4 were unearned. The first run was 2 hits, a walk, and a wild pitch. Beverly's going to miss a good one too. Rona Scott won some big games for them. So after 2 quick outs, a walk, a hit, a walk, have loaded the bases.
Now batting number 11, Annie Samasco.
Annie Samasco from Newburyport. Missing down and in for a ball. She was called on strikes her first trip. Swing and a miss. High for a ball. So it looked like easy pickings. 2 quick outs. But then a walk, a hit, and a walk have loaded the bases. Hit in the air to left field. That'll end the inning. So they load the bases, but South comes out unscathed. We've completed 5 here at Frazier Field, and it's still 5-2 the North over the South. Mercedes Pelletier will lead off the 6th inning. You make a nice play, you lead off the inning. She was the first baseman. Got a piece of that solid shot by Pittman leading off the bottom of the 5th. She doubled and knocked in a run. And she's got another base hit. Two for 2 with an RBI, and now they tag her out trying to go to second base.
Now batting number 10, Bella Parati.
Bella Parati of Winthrop. So she got her second hit and got greedy trying to get an extra base. Nobody covering first base. So South cost themselves trying to get to second base. Back-to-back hits, but one is thrown out in the base pass. So it's 1 on, 1 out. Up and away for a ball. This is Plakins who's up. She got a base hit her first time. Nice play by the third baseman. Nobody covering second base. They did what they were supposed to do. They fielded a ball, turned, looking to go maybe a double play. Turned, there was nobody over at second base. Second baseman may be somebody who played third base or first base all year. It didn't have to do a lot of covering that the second baseman has to do. Colette Skinner is the hitter. That one goes to the backstop. South has won 3 of the last 5 games. One was a tie. The North looking to make it 2 in a row. Hit, that's going to go in for a base hit. And it's 5-3.
Now batting number 13, Jillian Stone.
Jillian Stone from Melrose. In for a strike. Swing and a miss. Chase that low pitch. Chase the pitch again. Another strikeout. So the South is down. They get a run, cut into that deficit, but they're trailing at 5-3. They only have 3 outs left as the North will hit in the bottom of the 6th. They've had a couple of opportunities, but they haven't been able to cash in. And they were very generous in that second inning, giving away 4 runs. 3 runs. North had a run in. Jillian Stone will start her second inning of work. She had a little bit of trouble in the 5th with a couple of walks and a hit, but got out of it without giving up a run. Jordan Sullivan's been up once. She got a base hit and knocked in a run. Up and away for a ball.
Leading off for the North is number 12, Jordan Sullivan.
So it's the Sullivan family leading off to 6th. Jordan and Taylor. Had to block the sun and make that play. Not an easy play.
Now batting is number 13, Taylor Sullivan.
Taylor Sullivan drew a walk her first trip. In for a strike. Hit in the air to right field, coming on. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting number 14, Lauren Wilkinson.
Lauren Wilkinson from Bishop Fenwick. Tried to hold up. She realized the pitch was up and out of the strike zone, and before she could, she swung through the pitch. Two quick strikes. Hit right back to the mound. So a 1-2-3 inning. South has the only 1-2-3 innings. They got 2 of them, but they're trailing in the game 5-3. They're down to their last 3 outs. We'll move into the 7th inning with the North looking for their 15th win in the series, leading it 5-3. Stephanie Strange of Winthrop will lead off the 7th inning.
Leading off the South is number 11, Stephanie Strange.
We found out her name. We found out there were 2 number 11s. Odika from Swampscott is the new pitcher. I think that was why they moved her over to the North. She was a member of the South but they want to give him an extra pitcher. Swing and a miss. High for a ball. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Becca Walker got a base hit, her one trip. That one goes to the backstop. That one rolled in. Way up in here for a ball.
That is number 15, Rebecca Walker.
Taken all the way, it's in for a strike. Another base hit. She's 2 for 2. So that brings the tying run to home plate. Katie Watts from Swampscott. In for a strike. Low for a ball. Low for a ball. High and tight for a ball.
Now that is number 16, Caitlin Watts.
That's ball 4. So the tying runs are on for Anastasia Bessler. She's walked twice and scored a run.
Now that is number 1, Anastasia Bessler.
Off the catcher, that's going to move the tying runs in the scoring position. The wild pitch moves them over to second and third. In for a strike. Classical at third, Swampscott at second. Mystic Valley up at bat. And that one goes to the backstop. So Becca Walker is 2 for 2 with a run scored. Swing and a miss. Tying run at third. High for a ball. Solid shot. into left center field for a base hit. The South has tied it up. Bessler with a big hit. Sidney Cresta with a base hit.
Sidney Cresta.
Could put the South on top. Nice stop on a pitch in the dirt. That's Rossignol back behind the plate. Hit off the third baseman's glove. Hustling into second. Second and third, another base hit. South looking to take the lead, second and third. One out in a tie game. They've come all the way back. After an out, a double, a walk, a double, a single. Matty Dana, the hitter. Grounded to second and line to second. Up and away for a ball. South looking to steal one here after being behind most of the game. They led 2-0. Nice stop again by Rossignol. But then a big second inning by the North gave them a 4-2 lead. They had a run in the third. They threatened in the fifth, but they went out 1-2-3 in the fourth and the sixth. And now the South has put two on the board, tied it, and they got second and third with one out. And that wild pitch is going to give South the lead.
Hey, Paul, what's up? Matt Ryan? Okay. Matt Ryan's going to present them? Okay.
They had 2 runs coming into this inning.
Yeah, Gary told me, Gary's right there now, so yeah.
They had 3 runs coming into this inning. They've got 3 runs in this inning. As Dana draws a walk, we've got first and third for Juliet Guanci from Wakefield. In for a strike. Dana was going to walk down to second base.
Now batting is number 4, Juliet Muncy.
So second and third again for the South. Hit foul to the backstop. In for a strike. That's a big strikeout.
Number 5, Margaret McHale.
Maggie McHale, Lint Classical. They almost, one of the third came off a little too far. Cresta. Looks like she might be trying to steal home. Nice stop by Rossignol. She made a couple in this inning. Another nice stop. In for a strike. In again for a strike. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Here in the top of the 7th. hit to second base. They make the play, but the South has a big inning. They put 3 on the board, and all of a sudden, that deficit is now a 6-5 lead for the South as we move into the bottom of the 7th. South 3 outs away for winning their 4th game in the last 6. One of those was a tie, 4-4 in 2017. In for a strike. Hit to second. That was Classical to Melrose for the out. Modica is going to keep it alive for the North with a base hit. Sammy Cork has grounded out and singled, knocking in a run. She's 1 for 2 with an RBI. She gets a base hit to right field. Here comes the North. First and third. Her second hit. Good hustle by Mendika going all the way to third. Tying run at third. Tiana Dow from Peabody. She was the starting pitcher. Down and away for a ball. The runner takes off. So the winning run is in scoring position. Low again for a ball. The North saw the South score 3 in the top of the inning to come back and take the lead. Popped up. Kayla Morrow makes her second play in the inning. 2 away. They leave it up to Emma DePietro from Amesbury. Hit foul off the backstop. Tying run at third, winning run at second. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th in the 22nd Agganis All-Star softball game. In for a strike. Maddie Danis set up outside, and that's exactly where McManus of Revere threw it. But DePietro laid off. It was outside. It misses again. And we got Deuces Wild again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Strike 3 called, the changeup, and the South comes all the way back and wins it. They leave the tying run at third, the winning run at second. South is going to pick up their 6th win in the series. North leads it 14-6 with 2 ties. Bessler drew a walk, went to third on a sacrifice, scored in a wild pitch. Kayla Morrow got a base hit, sacrificed to second, scored on a base hit by Pelletier, a double by Pelletier. It was 2-0 South. The North got 4 in the bottom of the 2nd. Consecutive hits by Pittman and Richard. A walk to Rizzo load the bases. A wild pitch scored 1. An infield error scored 2 more. And then Jordan Sullivan got a base hit, knocking in the run to make it 4-2 the North. They added a run with a big 2-out hit, a walk, a sacrifice, and a base hit by Cook. Knocked in the run to make it 5-2. South got a run back. Back-to-back hits by Pelletier and Perotti put 2 on. An RBI single by Skinner knocked in the run to make it 5-3. Mercedes Pelletier of Marblehead was the MVP. And on the other side, Taylor Sullivan gets the MVP. In that 7th inning, after an out, it was Becca Walker getting a double, followed by a walk to Watts, a big double by Bessler. After a wild pitch, tied the game up. Wessler went to third on a base hit by Cresta and scored on a wild pitch. That was the winning run. And then with second and third and 2 outs, a big strikeout by McManus gets them out of the inning and gets the South the win. They had to come from behind. They led 2-0. They fell behind 5-2. They come back and win it 6-5 in the 22nd All-Star game. It'll be their 6th win of the series. 14 wins for the North, 6 for the South, 2 ties. The North can't make it 2 in a row. South makes it 4 of the last 6, going 4-1-1 in the last 6. One of them, 2017, was a tie. So the final score, the South 6, the North 5. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.